Welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Last time we beat the final gauntlet of Xemnas boss fights, but we're not done with this game yet. Now that we've beaten the game, every entry in Jiminy's journal has been unlocked. If you don't actually have something filled in, there'll be question marks so you can actually fill that in, so you'll know just what entries you have left to actually get. That thing saying a new enemy has materialized because of the worlds. There's going to be something else that tells us about that in a second, so we don't have to do that. I'm just showing off the expansion of the journal. Duh. Like, it'll tell us all these little missions, all these missions we haven't done yet. Now they have little question marks. I don't touch missions though, so like, yeah, we're not going to touch those.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to be here for another 9 years.
Nope. But we have the Secret Ansem Reports, which I'm going to read off.
Oh boy, we're going to be here for another 9 years.
Yeah. Nurtured by the pure heart, water. God damn it. I fucked it up because I didn't realize I went in this fast. But basically, I'll start reading from the second one. But basically what these are is this is actual Ansem the Wise's journal entries. And his accounts of everything leading up to basically when Sora woke up. And then like some of Sora's adventures in this game so far. So right now he's talking about Xehanort being taken on as an apprentice, basically. So there's those 13 entries, yeah. I have made a grave mistake. My study of the darkness of the heart began with a simple psychological test and quickly snowballed. Spurred on by my youngest apprentice, Ienzo, I constructed a massive laboratory in the basement of my castle. Unbeknownst to me, my 6 apprentices then began collecting a large number of subjects on which to perform dangerous experiments into the darkness of the heart. As soon as I found out, I called my apprentices together and ordered them not only to cease their studies, but to destroy the results of their research thus far. What on earth was happening within the hearts of my 6 beloved apprentices? While pursuing the mystery of the darkness of the heart, could they have themselves been sprayed into this depths? Blech. Yet I remain most foolish of all. God damn it, I went way faster than I thought I could read. My error plunged me into despair. A visitor from another world soothed my dejected soul. A tiny king named Mickey came wielding a legendary key, the infamous Keyblade, said to bring both chaos and prosperity to the world. He was very knowledgeable on many topics, and we deepened our friendship as we conversed companionably. Upon his advice, I decided to review the data obtained at my basement lab. That is when I discovered the Ansem Reports. They bore my name, but the only one that I had written was number 0. Apparently, he had gone on to pen numbers 1 through 8 himself. Yes, the first subject in my foolish experiments. So this is him actually referring to Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, making the fake entries from the last game. In the Ansem Reports my apprentice Xehanort had written under my name, I found the records of hideous experiments along this hypotheses about the door that appeared at the darkness of my basement. All living things have hearts, and all hearts hold darkness within. Worlds are no exception. If a world is a being, then the heart it holds must have darkness, and the darkness must be massive. Did Xehanort pass through that door in an attempt to contact... Oh, goodness. These names, Evan, Ienzo, Brig, Dylan, Alias... Those are the names of the people that got turned into members of the organization. Fun fact. We'll be diving more into their characters in Birth by Sleep. What is Xehanort hoping to gain with my pilfered existence? Will my people cease to smile? If the light of hope has been extinguished, I shall henceforth walk with darkness as a friend, here in the realm of nothingness to which I have been relegated. Darkness in the midst of nothing. Darkness in 0. Thus I shall be known as Diz. That's how he came up with the name. It was just a pretentious phrase of what he was. Discarding the stolen name Ansem and going in search of revenge. The distant days spent in that beautiful paradise are an illusion to me now. How long have I been here, banished to the realm of nothingness? It is only by relying upon my anger and hatred that I've been able to retain my sense of self here, where all existence is nullified. My heart is being overcome with hatred towards my apprentices, possessed by the darkness, and with the anger I feel for stupidly allowing myself to be betrayed. Is this darkness eating at my heart? I cannot continue to idle away my time here. So this is actually when Diz was in the realm of darkness, which is pretty interesting. I must unravel the secrets of the Ansem Reports to intercept my apprentices and defeat them. That is my mission, the only way to repay the world for my sins. Those beings who lack hearts, the heartless, must be the key. The darkness of the heart made flesh, cursed shadows who not only lack hearts but multiply by seizing hearts from from any of all living things. 3 elements combine to create life, a heart, a soul, and a body. But what of the soul and body left behind when the heart is lost? When the soul leaves the body, its vessel life gives way to death. But what about the heart leaving? A being does not perish when its heart leaves its body. The heart alone delves into darkness. And this is just him talking about like how he discovered how Heartless are made. And some of that was like discussed in the Ansem Reports of the first game, but that was from Ansem Seeker of Darkness's perspective, not Diz's perspective. So there's actually a lot of lore here. To avoid myself from honestly talking for too long, throwing out my voice because apparently I scrolled too fast to actually read all this. Landon, this is kind of comparable to how like the Legend of Heroes Trails games will have like books on like backstory of stuff that you can read on, huh?
Kind of.
Yeah.
So they will have like the newspaper that you can like read, and it like is basically just summarizes what like world events have been happening recently. And a lot of times that is like whatever your people have experienced, just because like reporters hang around them a lot. But then there are also books within the franchise that like are like an actual story. Sometimes those have relevance to some characters. There's a couple characters that have like popped up in those stories that are like actual like people. And then like in Trails from Azure, you can get some reports that are corrupted, and you can like throughout that game you can get data memory to like repair the data for that and get like full reports from one of the villains from the previous game.
That's interesting. That does have some parallels.
Yeah. So there's a little bit, but it's not like
Final Fantasy Tactics had a similar thing where like there was like a record being kept of like the guy that like wrote about the War of the Lions, and then like it passed down. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of RPGs that actually do that sort of thing. Like they have backstory in the form of like accounts from other characters, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some stuff that is like similar to this, but it's not quite like this character is just giving you fucking
his whole diary, plus like his own like opinion and stuff. This is Ansem the Wise, Diz, his first-hand accounts. This is him discovering stuff like the Keyblade and Heartless and Nobodies, and over the course of these reports, he's also going to learn about Roxas, Sora's Nobody. He's going to learn about Naminé. He's going to question how Naminé is able to exist. And his reports later on involving Naminé clarify a little bit of why Naminé is how she is. This is him discovering Castle Oblivion as well, after he was going through the Realm of Darkness. My friend struggled to protect the Realm of Light with the threat of the Heartless is now over. Him talking about Ansem Seeker of Darkness again. Meanwhile, the king who dived into the Realm of Darkness worked with the Keyblade wielding hero to close the door to... This is the events of the first Kingdom Hearts game. So, basically, this is like an account of his perspective from like right at the end of the first game and the opening of the Chain of Memories. So he actually knew about Castle Oblivion before Sora stumbled upon it. This is talking about the White Rooms and the structure of the castle and how they mess with people's memories.
But does he refer to Friku as Friku?
No. In fact, he actually doesn't encounter the fake Riku at all. So he never makes a mention of him.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Not even
there's
the
like
fake Freaku?
doesn't make an account of the fake Riku the entire time. This is him just talking about like, so like he stumbles upon, obviously he's going after Ansem. He's met all of the organization members, or like he's aware of them existing. He knows who they originally were because they were his apprentices. But yeah, nothing on fake Riku. So this is him positing, that's the word, positing over Namine. She has no corresponding Heartless because he has surmised that she couldn't have a Heartless created because she's one of the princesses of Heart. So even though she could have something happen that would create a nobody, she can't have a Heartless because of that. And the reason why she has a nobody, that much is kind of something that you could figure out. It's because Sora and Kairi, they had their hearts melded together when Sora did the Keyblade thing back in the first game, turned him into a Heartless. It created him as a Heartless. Kairi didn't have a Heartless created because she's too pure, but they both got nobodies at the same time because of what Sora did. The reason that Namine is weird is because she was a nobody created by somebody who they weren't personally, like their vessel wasn't affected. It was just their heart in someone else's vessel. So this is where the really complicated stuff in Kingdom Hearts starts to happen.
So
it's already here.
You're saying if we take Jasmine's heart and put it into Genie, we'll get some weird nobody.
We'll get some weird nobody. And Genie will probably have a Heartless, but not Jasmine. And they'll both have nobodies.
But then Genie will have Genie will have a nobody that is...
Oh god. What would we call the nobody for Genie?
Gen X. I don't know.
It's good. It's pretty good.
There's still a couple extra letters. I'm trying to think of where they'd fit in.
We need.
This is him bumping. This is him discovering Riku. Real Riku.
We need the Genie in the Organization 13 hoodie.
We do. I'm sure that there's art of this. Like, there has to be. Like, there's no way that someone hasn't made this. Yahoo, you're not going to give me the search I need.
Is Nala considered a Disney princess?
No.
So we can't... So she would have her own nobody.
Yes.
Like okay.
I can't find anything on this. Like, there has to be an image where, like, Genie is wearing the cloak that people going through the realm of darkness usually wear, but I can't find anything. And this is him talking about how important Sora is to his plans, and essentially just kind of talking about how memories and stuff work with nobodies. And this is basically like, just the lead up into establishing, Sora's resting, so they need to repair his memories and everything like that. And him talking about Roxas's existence. Ansem, despite not making an appearance until like this game, has actually been like really involved in everything happening up till now.
Allegedly. Convenient. Game designers.
I do like reading these when you have all 13 of them, though, because one, by the time that this happens, Ansem is dead, so it's kind of cool to read these posthumously. And
I want
posthumously. Yeah, same.
I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but
posthumous, I think.
Yeah.
Posthumously. That sounds more.
Now I want
right.
a possum stick.
Possum stick?
With some hummus.
With some hummus. The Fool!
The Fool! Only one mystery remains. How did Xehanort manage to open the door that appeared in the basement of my castle? No, any theory posited now, when everything is near completion, would be meaningless. These three, they defy all logic that there they are, singular exceptions to the rule. The theories proposed by me and by Organization 13 have been blown to pieces by a handful of strong-hearted individuals. Sora, Kairi, and Riku. Ah, yes, Riku. He's really fascinated with Riku.
But not
Though his heart had its weakness, making it prone to darkness, he found support in the hope he discovered beyond suffering. This hope allowed him to stand his ground and turn the darkness in his heart for... Yeah, this is him just talking about how Riku managed to actually get exposed to darkness and then wield it as his own power. And this entire time, he laments, that he doesn't feel like he can contact King Mickey because of the things that he's done. Like, Mickey is too pure. I don't know.
Mickey's not pure.
But yeah, that's all of Ansem's reports, and a new episode has been added to Disney Castle. If we go to the room where you would also access the Timeless River, there'll be a new door that allows us to access something else. But that something else is the very last thing we're going to do in this Let's Play. We're not touching that anytime soon. Instead, how about we go back and have a rematch with Marluxia, since we got our ass kicked last time.
Yeah.
Win this time?
I am going to win this time.
Good.
When I did the recordings for these, we've got two bosses we're going to fight in this part. I actually won both first try. I'm kind of impressed. I ended up reaching like level 70 before these fights, by the way. You could probably get away with fighting Marluxia about like 5 to 10 levels under, as long as Sora's stats are decent enough. But I leveled up to level 70.
What if you were only level 69?
What'd you say about me, you little bitch?
I said, would you like to 69?
No, I was... Anyway, this is Marluxia, and this time we're going to do it right. I'm level 71. That's why I have 71 hits. So, he does a bunch of stuff that I mentioned the first time we fought him. And pretty much just the same stuff. But now, I'm actually strong enough to hit him a bunch. If I didn't mention it the first time, though, it is smart to only do like one full combo and maybe a couple extra hits, because his revenge value will get in the way. If he ends up knocking
missed
you
the funny
into,
number.
Yeah, if we end up don't worry. There's a little portion, I believe, coming up where I end up on 69 for a little while.
Nope, you're on 64.
I know, but there's a portion that comes up where I end up on 69.
Oh, do you regain hits?
Yeah, so if you do the restore... so if you... I don't remember if I think I mentioned this the first time, but if you grab the scythe after he does the spinning attack and slows down, then you can do restore count. Here it is. I have 69 now.
That question was incredibly well timed.
Yeah, so you'll be able to get your hits back, and I don't know exactly what calculates the amount of hits you get to restore. I don't know if it's just a percentage based on how much you normally have, or if it's like a set amount, like 10 to 13 or something. I think I don't know how much it is exactly, but yeah, if you do that reaction command, you'll be able to get those. But yeah, I like to do like maybe 2 whole combos like that, and then I try not to do too much after that, because he'll start doing this nonsense. No! You ruined my number.
Do it again.
Also, I
Luffy's
learned when he
getting
does
fucked
like
up.
that, when he does that attack where he like has the scythe spin towards you, it's pretty easy to like leap up in the air, and even if you recoil, like the stun doesn't last long. So like if you're not somebody trying to like no damage run, you can use that as a way to get a good combo in on him, which I like to do because I'm not somebody who can no damage. So I found more openings as the course of this fight goes on, where I can actually land a good combo on him. Like here. Last time I fought him, I probably would have just tried to fly away. This part only happens when he gets to the last part of the fight, when he has like 5 bars of health left. He will follow you, and these geysers of darkness will pop up, and then he'll throw his scythe. The scythe is the hard part to avoid. The pillars track you based on where you last were, so they're not going to really hurt you as long as you glide around. This is why I mentioned the first time we fought him and lost that you need glide to be able to handle this fight well. You can probably get away with glide level 1, but I have glide level 2, and I think it's much better to have level 2 or 3. And he's going to keep doing this a lot, by the way, where he's just going to... So if you just kind of... Yeah, if you just kind of fly around in a circle, you'll be able to do it. I found that the way to avoid that scythe is actually you should land and then do like a double jump. I don't figure this out. I think I do it once or twice later near the end of this fight. But yeah, if you continue to glide when he throws the scythe, you're just going to get hit by it because it moves too fast. But thankfully, he stops doing a lot of the stuff that can actually really hurt you and like keep you suspended and like getting tons of hits on you. So like, honestly, the last part of this fight's kind of easy. He just has some points where he doesn't really open up the chance to hit him. He'll also do this teleporting attack quite a bit, much more frequently as he gets closer to dying. That's probably the trick, like a little tricky in that like you can guard it, but you have to know like the timing. I don't think he gets me under the 30s, by the way. I'm pretty sure that I get him well before he can knock me under 30 hits. So, like I said, I probably could have just fought him like 5 to 10 levels lower. Oh well. I got 13 back. I think it's 13 because it's like Organization 13, so I think it gives you 13 hits back.
That's cute. Well, that time you mostly used Donald as a meat shield to take the scythe.
I did.
So,
boom. We got a drive gauge power up.
You got more HP.
That didn't have more HP.
It said maximum HP increase.
Oh, for a different character.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Sora.
No, just reading the screen. I think it was Goofy.
Eternal Blossom recipe. That's an accessory that you can craft, which I'm showing here. I think I had a couple recipes, but yeah. So the Draw Ring, the Shadow Archive, Shock Charm, Full Bloom. Those are all stuff that you get the recipe for from fighting those absent silhouettes. Oh, the synthesis shop also has the question mark, so you'll be able to tell based on the material list whether you need to do like an upgraded version of something or not. I don't know what those two are.
Yeah, it's free on Leon. Oh, it's free on Leon. Yeah. Oh. Moogle, thank you. Go.
So the last fight we're going to do before we go on hiatus for a few weeks, because it's going to take grinding, is going to be a returning super boss from the first game. It's Sephiroth.
Cerberus.
Make sure you are fully stocked on Sora. He is going to be taking this fight on alone. You'll also want to be roughly level 70. He is the hardest boss you will fight in that you have access to before clearing the game. most likely. So,
What is Cloud doing?
He's Let's
Cloud?
Playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
yeah, I'm right here. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2. You're in it.
You three. Who are you?
The Gaming Stooges.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we should tell you.
Well, that's an interesting sword you're carrying.
It's not really a sword.
I see.
It's more of a bludgeoning weapon.
So that's a keyblade.
Yeah.
And I suppose you must be its chosen wielder.
So what if I am?
I wonder if it won't change its mind.
His background music is so fucking loud. It's drowning out what he's trying to say.
Sorry, what? Sephiroth, I can't hear you? What?
So Sephiroth is going to do that thing where he'll be like, that's enough. And then he'll do like that edgy attack. Even though all it takes is a quick reaction command and you'll be able to block it all, I don't manage to do this once in the entire fight. Sephiroth has 15 bars of health, so he has 3,000 HP. He is kind of a glass cannon. He can deal lots of damage very quickly if you aren't blocking or avoiding his attacks. But he also takes lots of damage really easily, and he leaves himself fairly open very frequently. He's not hard to get hits on. It's mostly surviving his attacks that's the problem, which is why you want to be at least like level 70-ish. You'll want to make sure that you have the once more ability, second chance. You'll probably want the combo boost abilities, just stuff that keeps your health from dropping to 0 while he's attacking you, stuff that will allow you to deal tons of damage. He's got a lot of different attacks at his arsenal. He's got those balls of darkness that he can create. He's got the fire pillars returning from the first game, although they are a little bit smaller relative to the playing field, and they also will pull you in. I just avoided him using Heartless Angel. That is a returning skill from the first game, but unlike in the first game where he stands in place on the ground, he will rise into the air, which means you really need to have either some combination of level 2 high jump and arrow recovery, or you will die, because he will drop you to 1 HP, take away your MP, and you need an elixir to restore yourself. I don't have elixirs because I didn't really grind to get the materials to make them, so yeah. I have quite a few close calls in this fight, by the way. So
It seems like you've had a few already.
oh yeah. No, I'm referring to like everything from before I said this and for into the future. I have a lot of close calls in this fight. I did not handle this fight all that well. I've beaten him before on like level 64-ish, I believe. I just keep forgetting to like avoid some of his more deadly attacks. But you can get a good couple combos on him at a time, so
You need to go to Pickle's School of Dodging.
Yeah.
true.
Go get a lesson from Mr. Pickle.
Quick Run is actually pretty good for dodging some of his attacks, by the way. One thing you notice I'm abusing is Limit Form is super helpful, both to restore your HP and also to be able to get some good clean hits on him that have invincibility frames on your part so you can't get hurt. That is something you don't have access to in the original game. If you are playing the original game, you probably want to be closer to my level instead of like where you could probably get away with in Final Mix being, a little bit lower level, but like you have Limit Form. Oh my god. He needs to stop trying to do that. But in the original game, you don't have that extra option with Limit Form to abuse, so that's one less resource at your disposal. You'll probably need to be a higher level, 70, maybe 75. You still don't need to be high level as in the original game, though. Oh, he can cast Meteor, by the way.
Oh.
This is what it does.
That's cute.
Just keeps raining them down.
Perish
I'm not-
now.
I was gonna say, I'm not too worried. I let my health stay down because I had limit form ready to go if I needed it. That did over half a bar of health to him.
Good.
I was not expecting to finish that fight with that attack. He still had over 100 HP.
How'd you like that?
Sephiroth!
I admit you're very skilled. But apparently Cloud is the only one who can eliminate...
But I just beat you. What are you talking about?
Tell Cloud to come...
I'm right,
right
here.
here.
Yeah.
Tell him Sephiroth is looking to settle things.
I settled things!
Hey, Cloud. Sephiroth
Cloud.
is looking to settle things.
Thanks for letting me know, guys. You get a trophy for beating him. You need to go all the way back to the very, like, main area of Hall of Radiant Guardian.
Who's
Talk
this
to Cloud.
broad?
And then Cloud will go after Sephiroth. And then you have to go all the way back. And keep in mind, these are two areas, two screens on the absolute opposite ends of the map. So you have to go to these two areas, and then when you've done that, then you can talk to Sephiroth, and then
Did you give him my message?
you get a cutscene.
Maybe. Sorry to keep you, Sephiroth.
Brandon, you left before us. How did we get here first?
Cloud,
He got lost.
Oh.
you'll never let go of...
Took his sweet time.
Shut up.
He was grinding
Shut
for
up.
elixirs.
Yeah, he
He had,
was.
to stop at, he had to stop at 7-Eleven.
past.
Shut up! Cloud, get him!
Yeah, Cloud, get him.
This is basically just like a tie-in for, like, you know,
Absurd.
them fighting in all the other games, except they bastardize and ham up the stupid speech that Sephiroth gives.
Times I fall, your darkness keeps calling me back.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Stay back!
How can I? I want to help you.
You can't. He'll never let go of the darkness.
He doesn't have to. He just needs someone to surround him with light.
That is so corny.
The darkness will be there, Sephiroth.
They really nerfed Tifa's outfit in this game.
Yeah, what the hell?
Is that right? Let's see what this light of yours can do.
Like I said, to be fair, the
Go!
outfits they're going with, they're not like the exact same, but they're like closer to the Advent Children outfits that they're supposed to be having.
know.
Because, you know, that came out around the same time.
Cloud, you can have my light.
The light doesn't suit.
This is so stupid.
When she says her light, she
And then he
means-
ends up getting the light anyway.
Stop.
And then they just go up in the sky and that's it.
And then they make out.
And then they make kissy faces at each other.
We're really sorry about your boyfriend going to go make out with his boyfriend, Tifa.
You think they make
Yeah.
it to their own world?
They went somewhere else. Cloud went to fight a great battle
Sure he did.
to defeat the darkness inside him.
Gone again.
What will you do now?
Do you
I like
think
how
he's
she's
in
just
Kingdom
resigned.
Hearts 3?
Guess I'll
Nope.
keep looking.
Damn.
Got any leads?
Kingdom Hearts 4?
Don't worry.
Uh,
It is easy to find.
that is a question that Tetsuya Nomura needs to answer.
Here. This is for helping me out.
But knowing them, no, because they've been wanting to get rid of the Final Fantasy characters in the series because they're like, oh, we have all these OC characters now. We don't need the Final Fantasy ones.
And that's why they introduced...
Doing the, sorry to cut you off, but doing that little thing allows you to get the Fenrir Keyblade, which is the highest amount of physical attack bonus with 7 points, but it also does negative combo, so it takes one of the parts of your combo away. Useful if you're trying to do finishers only, not good for anything else. But in the next part, we're going to be doing a bunch of like post-game stuff, but that won't be for a few weeks because I need to grind. We're going to be going on hiatus, and we'll be back in like a month or two.
And that's why they introduced... I forget the line.